ナマンダブツナマンダブツナマンダブツナマンダブツナマンダブツナマンダブツナマンダブツナマンダブツナマンダブツ。Good morning, everyone. Today is October 4th, 2020, and it's kind of chilly in Portland, but I hope everybody is staying safe and healthy. And today we are going to sing or chant Vandana and Ti-sarana, and then followed by Junirai. And Vandana Ti-sarana is on page 167. Was it 167? 167, yes. And then minus 100 is Junirai. So 67 is Junirai, right? Yeah. So if you have a Shin Buddhist service book, please look 167 and then 67 for Junirai. Please join me in Gassho. Please put your palms together. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammasambuddhassa Buddham saranam gacchami. Dhammam saranam gacchami. Sangham saranam gacchami. Now please open the page 67. Keshu tengin shokugyo Amida senryo zokuso Zai hi mimeu anrakok Muryo bushi shuine 金色信条行船のシャマタ行行造部両目上逆小蓮華高雅長来弥陀尊面前炎上行満月以降遊行船一月商業天空しら 長来弥陀尊観音頂大観智有事修十名相法将軍のぶくげど馬け馬こが長来弥陀尊無微無垢故障上修徳敬受女国小さり悪徳自在こが長来弥陀尊実法明門菩薩衆無量小魔女三段一生修上願力事こが長来弥陀尊根体法見知正見前言症状名大座おひざ上行線のこが長来弥陀尊実法将来勝負し権限人図し安楽戦後尊厳上苦行こが長来弥陀尊小無上無我と薬行水月年よろ一種説法無明寺こが長来弥陀尊非尊無説無悪名薬無行人悪道不衆人死心教非尊こが長来弥陀尊非尊無量法勉強無少種悪知識往生不退死菩提こが長来弥陀尊合説非尊功徳寺修善無変如海水小逆 前後少女者衛生主上消費公ナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブがんにしくどく平等性祭道本も大神往生安那公ナマンダーツナマンダーツナマンダーツナマンダーツナマンダーツナマンダーツナマンダーツナマンダーツ。I don't know, somehow remote is not working well. It works well at home, but when I come to the temple, it's not working well. Sorry, maybe you are looking at the different pages or different. Yeah, now you see golden chain. Okay, so we are going to read golden chain 1, which is on page 15 of Shin Buddhist Service Book. Golden Chain 1. I am a link in Amira's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I will keep my link bright and strong. I will be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will think pure and beautiful thoughts, say pure and beautiful words, and do pure and beautiful deeds. May every link in Amira's golden chain of love be bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Nam. Well, actually, yeah, maybe. Yeah, today we have a children's talk, so I thought I can share my screen, but yeah, a little different today. And it's been almost a month since the school started virtually, and I believe everybody have different impression on the experience of virtual school. And I am sure everyone misses seeing friends in person. But how are you doing at school? You know, since March, we are doing this kind of lifestyle, and seems like no end to it, but every night welcomes the sunrise at one point. So even though this situation seems endless, there is always end to it. So hang in there, everybody. And today, I wanted to talk about the importance of keeping the rules. And I am sure that there are rules when you attend virtual schools activities. Probably something like you should mute yourself, no chatting during class, or no eating during the classes, or something like that. And rules are there in person schools and in the society and in the community too. In the school, something like no running in the hallways or something. But why keeping the rules is important? And of course, one of the reasons is to make things go smoothly without distracting other people's focus. But I want to talk about the other aspect today. One day at Aoi's school, when I went to pick Aoi up, a student was dropping his stuffed backpack from the third floor. And probably he was having fun looking at where the backpack goes, but it was dangerous, so I told him to stop it. A few days later, the same student was doing the same thing, and he almost hit me. So I am not sure if it was something I should have done, but I scolded him for doing that. But why should not throw your backpack from a high place? Because you'll be scolded by doing so? No, right? Because the backpack might hit somebody and that might cause the injury. So breaking the rule might hurt somebody. It's same thing virtually. Whether you like it or not, teachers put so much effort to prepare for the virtual classes, which they have never provided before in their lifetime. So everyone is experiencing new thing right now. Let's say you spend time to cook something for your family and they said it tastes terrible. How do you feel? Sad, maybe angry, I don't know, but maybe sad, isn't it? And the word hurts your feeling. What do you think when you are giving presentation and everybody is not listening, chatting or eating something during your presentation? It's sad too, right? So do you want to make somebody feel sad? I don't think so. What did the golden chain say? I'll be kind and gentle to every living thing, right? So I know it's tough to attend classes and services online, but please keep the rules, not to hurt somebody's feeling. And please keep the mind of kindness and gentleness with you, okay? So let's close children's talk with Gassho and Nembutsu. So please join me in Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda. And now I would like to share the words of our founder Shinran Shonin from one of his writings called Gutoku's Note. And this is on page 600 of collected works of Shinran. So please join me in Gassho again. through hearing the shinjin of the wise, heart of myself, gutoku, foolish, stubble-haired, becomes manifest. The shinjin of the wise is such that they are inwardly wise, outwardly foolish. The heart of gutoku is such that I am inwardly foolish, outwardly wise. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. So as you see on your calendar, we are already in October and almost towards the end of the year 2020. It feels like a long time ago, but when we had BCA's National Council meeting in Renton, beginning of this March, Bishop at that time, Bishop Umezu, was wearing mask, and he was joking that he does not carry COVID-19. And I do not clearly remember what he have said in his talks, but I believe he said something like, we need to wear masks, not only physically, but also mentally. Meaning, we are spreading the germs of the three poisons, and the three poisons affect the others too. So we need to put masks on our self-centered mind. Didn't he say something like this? Right? So I thought this is a good metaphor in this time. And scary part of the COVID-19 is that even though the symptom is not that serious, it will spread the virus to the other people if the person is not wearing the mask. And there's possibility of the other people's symptoms become serious. So it's not about the symptom of the self, but for the sake of the other people, I believe it's better to wear mask or be mindful of others. But anyway, main topic of my talk is not this, but since a famous person in the United States got COVID-19, I thought it's better to once again mention about the importance of mask. But today's words I shared at the beginning of this adult Dharma talk is from one of the writings of Shinran Shongin called Gutoku's Note. And when I read this part, I often recall the words of Socrates, an ancient Greek philosopher. What I do not know, I do not think I know. Or I know that I know nothing. The wise person, they are inwardly wise and outwardly foolish. Maybe this is a conclusion of the wise after the deep contemplation of the self. And when we think about the teacher of Shinran Shongin, Honen Shongin, he was referred to as Chie no Honenbo, Honenbo, the wisdom. And people regarded him as the manifestation of Bodhisattva Mahastamaprapta, who represents the wisdom of Amida Buddha. So he had vast wisdom and knowledge regarding Buddhism teachings. But the teaching Honen Shongin relied on was to return to the foolishness and born into the Pure Land. This is a teaching just to accept the working of Amida Buddha's primal vow. And this was actually the revolutionary turning of Japanese Buddhism from the practice of the self-power to other power Nembutsu. Traditionally, the practitioner had to keep precepts to purify one's mind, calm oneself by practicing meditation or contemplation, and gain wisdom to attain nirvana. But the teaching of Honen Shongin is to receive the working of Amida Buddha's primal vow, which contains all the virtues we need to attain birth into the Pure Land, attain nirvana, or attain Buddhahood. So the wise of Shinjin, entrusting heart, is inwardly wise, outwardly foolish. Even though Honen Shongin was a smart man, his action was based on the understanding that what we do will not be any help to escape from this world of birth and death. And it is possible solely by the working of Amida Buddha's primal vow. And Honen Shongin or any other seven Pyalan masters, I don't know if you can see seven masters scrolls, but any other seven Pyalan masters are not saying that we should not keep precepts, we should not do meditation. It's not the seven Pyalan masters are saying. They are saying that after the deep consideration or deep understanding of the self, sadly, we cannot keep precepts. We cannot practice meditation to get closer to the nirvana. So there was deep sadness regarding the nature of the self and deep self-reflection. So it's not like, oh yes, we have Amida's primal vow, so we don't need to keep precepts and meditation. But instead, because of this nature of the self, Amida Buddha established the primal vow. So feeling how grateful it is, and within the self-reflection, there's appreciation to Amida Buddha's great compassion. And Shinran Shongin quotes the commentary on the Contemplation Sutra by Chantal in Gutoku's note right after the words I shared today. So if you have physical copy of collected works of Shinran, please look at the page 600. And Chantal said, we should not outwardly express signs of wisdom, goodness, or diligence, for inwardly we are possessed of falsity. We are filled with all manner of greed, anger, perversity, deceit, wickedness, and cunning. And it is difficult to put an end to our evil nature. In this, we are like poisonous snake or scorpions. Though we perform practices in the three modes of action, they must be called poisoned good acts or false practices. They cannot be called true, real, and sincere action. Firmly setting our minds and undertaking practice in this way, even if we strive to the utmost with body and mind through the 12 periods of the day and night, urgently seeking and urgently acting as though sweeping fire from our heads, must all be called poisoned good acts. To seek birth in the Buddha's Pure Land by directing the merit of such poisoned practice is completely wrong. So this is really strict words by Chantal, and some people might feel uncomfortable or even depressed by thinking in this way, but this is the truth of ourselves. And this is why we should rely on Buddha's wisdom, working of Amida Buddha's primal vow. But in our daily lives, we often act as if we are a wise person, even though we have foolish nature of self-centeredness within us. Well, maybe I'm talking to myself, but I give Dharma talks every day online, as if I am a wise priest who knows about Jodo Shinshu teaching. But inwardly, there's a mind of fame, longing for being praised, and so on, raising like a raging stream of water. How wretched person I am, right? But because of this nature of myself, here's Amida's primal vow. So there's no need of feeling depressed about the self. And then some people might question, should we not do any good acts because what we do is the poisoned good acts? Well, when Chantal say poisoned good acts, that is the acts or practice towards the attainment of birth into the Pure Land. So I believe it's different from good acts in the secular life. And it is said Shantao shared the Pure Land teaching amidst the secular life of the ordinary people using the metaphor of two rivers and the white path. Honen Shongin established the place of Nembutsu practice in the city of Kyoto. Shinran Shongin shared the teaching among ordinary people. So they did what they could do. But as Shinran Shongin said, as Gutoku's heart is inwardly foolish and outwardly wise, we often act as good or wise person, but we should not do any kind of act as if we are good or wise person. So what is the attitude we should hold? So this is what I think. But first, to think that everyone is the fellow travelers of journey of life. So there is no above or below. Everybody is ordinary person just like me. Or maybe it's better to think as the teammate. When teammate is in trouble, what do? We help, right? And this is natural things to do. And second, do whatever we do, not as the good acts, but as the act of gratitude. And this is based on the different understanding from the former one, but to think others as the manifestation of Amida Buddha, who leads us to the path of Nembutsu. So to express our gratitude, we act for the other people. So some people misunderstand that Jodo Shinshu is inactive teaching, or we should not do anything regarding social issues because Jodo Shinshu teaching is the teaching of other power. But that's not true. We look inside of ourselves through the working of the primal vow of Amida Buddha and realize the foolish nature of ourselves. But when we think everybody as a teammate of our lives, it's natural to help the other people. When we think everyone as the manifestation of Amida Buddha, we act to express our gratitude. So this is kind of my, how do I say, rules or moral of daily action. It's not based on the ethics or ethics of secular life, but my daily action is always based on Amida Buddha's primal vow. And I believe this is what Jodo Shinshu followers or Jodo Shin Buddhist should follow, you know. Our base of the action is coming from Amida Buddha's primal vow. So I hope it makes sense and hope my talk today was somehow helpful. And this concludes my talk. So in closing, please join me in Gassho. Please put your palms together. Through hearing the Shinjin of the wise, heart of myself, Gutoku, foolish stubble-haired, becomes manifest. The Shinjin of the wise is such that they are inwardly wise, outwardly foolish. The heart of Gutoku is such that I am inwardly foolish, outwardly wise. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Nam. Namanda. So this will conclude today's morning service. And we will have a Dharma school from 11, right? 11 o'clock. So please check your email if you are a Dharma school students or parent. And next Sunday, we are observing the Shotsuki monthly memorial service for the month of October. And after the service, we are going to have a Dharma exchange. Who was leading? Al, Al Ono is going to lead the Dharma exchange next week. So I hope you will have a great rest of the day today and hope to see you next Sunday. So thank you.